It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Why don't you ask Canada Dry?
Well, I'll ask him all right. And when he no, I am Canada Dry. What? Tonight we have a very special episode of Dynamite After Dark, baby. What do you say, EVP Joe?
I don't know what I've thrown off. Lord Brian Rich came in, threw off my whole momentum.
Hit the music. I was waiting. I was like, oh, how did he even get in here? I locked the door. Anyways, hit the music.
Yeah.
We're clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. Move that AFW logo. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Whew. Man, are we in for a treat? Although we are flown back on our black private jet that's untraceable by anybody in the FAA, we went from Knoxville back to our secret location just in time.
From parts unknown.
I'm telling you, man, time travel, woo! It'll make your hair go gray.
Time travel.
We've all been in the AFW DeLorean.
Yeah.
Is it 88 miles before we hit time travel?
Yes. Miles per hour, or I don't know what that is in kilometers.
I think it's in miles. I think we're going by miles because that's what the movie was.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Because it generates 1 point something gigawatts.
Gigawatts.
I am, of course, the almighty JFV. Halos up.
I'm, of course, the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. Halos up. Let's do this.
This guy in the corner, you might know him by many names. The prognosticator. A prognosticator is one of the best predictors in the league. I could go on and on, but I'll allow him to introduce himself.
I think he pointed to you.
Yeah, I think it's you, Mr.
Oh, me? I thought.
No, it's Lord Ryan Rich.
Lord Ryan Rich.
Oh, okay. No, this is Lord Ryan Rich.
Yeah. That was definitely backwards then.
Yeah.
Well,
You confused all of us. Thanks.
You know what? I threw everyone off my game. That's what I wanted to do because I am the bringer of chaos and destruction. And as though I promised JFB last week on my call-in, Miller Lights are back.
Oh yes, the Miller Lights.
Yeah, and your little section here with the
Halos up.
Yeah.
What about this guy beneath me?
Y'all know me. I'm the EVP. And all I've got to say is, Halos up, baby. Halos up.
Ooh, Halos up, my friend.
Like that's you're gonna be like that's I don't care. Halos up.
Halos indeed. Halos indeed. Welcome to this week's edition of Dynamite After Dark. We are live from Knoxville, Tennessee. If you don't know what the Sun Sphere is, unless you watch The Simpsons, you know it's full of wigs.
Is that Scooby? Is that Scooby Doo behind you?
Yeah, that's Daisy Doo.
It kind of looks like Scooby.
Yeah, she's got a little Scoobiness to her.
Yeah, the yellow collar helps. I mean, the blue collar.
If anything, she looks like the dog from The Simpsons, if anything.
Yeah.
Who says the helper?
Yeah, Santa's
the helper. I kept wanting to say Snowball. I was like, no, that's
time, Daisy.
Daisy. We love Daisy because she's crazy. Anyways, you know how we open the show? You open the show with the eldest announcer ever in the history of wrestling besides JR, and that is Tony Schiavone, because that's how he pronounces his name when we
Scavone.
Scavone.
So, anyways, he's in the ring, and out comes Will Ospreay, and then out comes Kenny Omega. If this leads to a match, it's going to be a banger of a match. There's just no doubt about it. These two guys are just going to give us 120% of what they have. I thought it was poignant when he said, "I'm glad you're not dead." Like he wasn't totally sure he should be thankful that Kenny Omega didn't die. But regardless, 20 pounds later, he is in fact in the ring against Ospreay. Then, of course, the Don Callis theme song comes, and then here comes Don Callis, like Emperor Palpatine, if you will, just out of the darkness. Here he comes.
What is this music called? The Brown or something? Brown noise?
The brown note.
Is it called Brown note?
Yeah, the brown note. Yeah, if you hit it, it makes you crap. Anyways, we get the Calluses beating up on those two, and they turn the tables. They do a high spot. Then they climb up the lighting truss again, calling out Callus and saying that it's going to be Fletcher and Takeshita at Grand Slam in Australia. And then we get the long reveal, this long secret that Kenny Omega has held since the day he was born. The man is scared of heights. Oh, yeah. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this opening segment?
I always want to speak to Ayaka for a second.
Why are the Canucks so bad at hockey?
Now, Ayaka, I like you. I do. But if I'm going to continue liking you, you best keep your big mouth shut. See, this is what you're doing, and this is what I want you to be doing. Zip it.
Yep.
Well, Ayaka doesn't even know who she's talking about because she's asking about the Canucks, not the
Oh, okay. So she's got nothing against my team at all.
Yeah.
It's like Canucks. Anyways, this opening segment, it felt very original. It felt very fresh. Like, I like that they just don't automatically give us Kenny and an Ospreay. I like that they had to fight together, like fight off the whole Don Callis family.
Yeah.
And this was such a great way to start the show. Like, to me, this was like a rocket coming out, and I loved it. It was, my eyes were like wide. I enjoyed this. That's what I got to say about that.
All right. Lord Run Rich, you go next, my friend.
I mean, this shit got me fired up. That's a pretty good way to state it. Like, it was, I mean, it's nice to see that they're doing pyro again on Dynamite. Like, it makes things feel bigger. Like, Kenny Omega feels bigger coming out the pyro and as a matter of just a regular entrance. So, like, I like that presentation, and to start off the show how they did, that was pretty gnarly. I enjoyed it.
All right. Joe.
I must point out, first off, that Kenny brought back his old theme song. So happy. Maybe he uses his Final Fantasy theme song for pay-per-views going forward. I don't know. But Battle Cry is so fucking awesome. I love that entrance theme. But yeah,
I was looking at the timestamp when you swore.
Yeah, I made sure 9 minutes. We're good. But I agree with Canada Dry. I like this was like a little story within like a 15-minute segment. You start out, they hating each other, and basically it really is enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
Type storyline. But it's literally the two biggest singles guys in this company.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yep.
I like the little detail where Kenny throws it back. You stabbed me in the head with a screwdriver, and I'm not just going to get over that. And I like that.
It's logical. It makes sense, which is always good.
Yeah, like sometimes in wrestling, they don't do those little. They're just like, oh, we're best friends all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need a long, drawn-out story. Just a line or two addressing it to set everything up is fine.
Yeah. I thought it went too long, to be honest. I thought it was about 5 minutes too long. There was just too much going. It was just It was just too much.
What would you have cut out of that, JFB, to make it better?
The
Mr.
majority of them
Editor's
fighting in the arena.
Can I
would've
call you
let
Mr.
them-
Editors? Can I call you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have taken them a little quicker to get to the lighting trusses. You know, I think getting stuck in the arena, number one, made it look smaller than that arena actually is. But two, it just, I don't know, it lagged.
Do you think that maybe even a minute or two shaved out of that would have made it better?
I would say, yeah. I would say 2 to 5 minutes.
Like none of the talking needed to go, right?
No. Promos were great. They're fantastic. I think to get from the ring to the lighting trusses for the high spots, I think took too long. I think there could have been a little less shenanigans going on and get to the point where you get the high spot. Because the high spot is what's going to bring the crowd up. And you got to keep them up. And so them climbing up again.
I can agree to shave in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that deal?
I can deal with that.
I'll shave off that.
I do have a question for you because I found myself asking myself this question.
Yeah.
Does Kenny and Will get back up? Because right now it's what, like 4-on-2?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to get someone? And who do you think it would be? Because I can't. The only logical answer I can think of, and I don't know if it will work, is the Bucks. But I don't know how to make it work, honestly.
I had myself thinking that at that point too.
Yeah, but the problem with the Bucks is they're going to start doing a Japanese tour, which means they're going to be gone for a while. You know, because they got the IWGP they got to defend. And I don't think New Japan's going to let them bring the belts over to America, to AEW.
I don't know. I think that would be. I think
Takeshita has the never openweight title,
and I think it'd be good cross promotion as long as they don't, lose it to someone in AEW.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be the Bucks though. I think they're gonna sit and float in the lazy river called New Japan Pro Wrestling for a while, where they can do.
If it's gonna be the Bucks, there has to be something to facilitate that.
Yeah,
there has to be a reason.
Yeah,
because the way they left it off the last time the Bucks and Kenny talked, they pushed him off a stretcher.
Yeah. Yeah, but we do know Tony Khan loves to abandon storylines if it's a dumpster fire and it doesn't benefit the story.
Yeah.
But also, you have the ties with the Elite with Kenny, like they could be like, "We're so sorry. They can explain that we're friends. A long way we go a long ways back."
I don't see it. It just doesn't fit. I think the Elite needs to come in as a power void when there's a power void. Then
I think they can. I think they could get someone.
I think that maybe they come in when maybe Omega finally goes up against Mox, but I think to bring them in against Callis would be too early.
Yeah.
Do you know who would fit perfectly with them?
Who?
Because they got a powerhouse. They got some powerhouses over there. Is Wardlow if he was available?
Yeah.
Is he healthy?
Although his contract's coming up, so there's a good chance we're never going to see Wardlow again.
No, but he's injury time off, so it's not coming up. He's so much injury time.
Yeah, I know, but I think he's going to be a Tony Khan bench player. He's going to sit on the bench, get paid.
Well, Danhausen's back. That's the obvious choice.
Oh, very spooky. Pack and the Death Riders video that we get. Then we get the Mox promo. Can I just say it seemed like it was not original? I mean, he talks about Cope's neck. I get it. Blah, 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 blah. But that was the majority of it. It was Marina Shafir just staring at the camera. Wheeler Yuta can't stare at the camera because his hair is in his face. And Moxley goes on this tirade about Copeland's stack of dimes he calls a neck. Canada Dry. Speak upon to us, if you will. Copeland or Moxley.
I think just this should be a short little segment we do because there wasn't too much about it. Talks about beating the crap out of these out of Like you're a man that's stuck in 2010. This is a different world for you. I liked it. It was a good promo, but I don't know. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Lord Ryan Rich.
Yeah, so to address excuse me, I also took some vitamins. Concerning Wheeler Yuta and his hair, he looks like the Asian version of Billy Kidman from The Flock.
He does.
I just need him to go like this a couple times. The Moxley, his promos ever since he's been doing this, whatever it is, it's always like he's trying to talk into like a bigger picture so that way when you look back, you kind of think, oh, maybe he's been telling us the whole time. But it's getting a little redundant.
Yeah.
He's going to have to find a way to freshen up the message, so to speak, the sermon, if you will. But overall, I thought it was, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Listen, Lord Run Rich, if Jesus was dropping parables like Moxley, we would all been fucked.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Whew, man.
Jesus is just getting a little derivative. Can you move it along?
All right, Joe. Hit me with your best shot.
I mean, this is a classic Mox promo. He literally told us how the show was going to end.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to destroy your neck. And spoilers, that's what he did.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He
Yeah, if you're watching the show, you watch the show anyways. So
Yeah.
Like, Mox has always done this in his promos, and I mentioned this last week. He always does a little bit of foreshadowing in his promos as to what his next move is. So it shouldn't be it's not a big surprise when he does what he does.
Yeah.
So
maybe we're glad that Jesus makes you happy.
Okay. Let's go to our actual first match. What about like 30-something minutes into the show, we just get to our first match? And if you follow AEW and you follow our channel, then this is what I like to call an duh moment. As we get the Hurt Syndicate of Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus Private Party for the AEW World Tag Team Championships.
JFB, right before you start that, I'm going to propose why that opening segment was longer.
Yeah.
Tony Khan did come out with a tweet saying that the Samoa Joe Nick Wayne match had to be postponed to another date because of plane troubles. So I bet they were covering, because I think that was going to be a total squish match, like 2-3 minutes tops.
Yeah.
So I think that 2 or 3 minutes was added on to the beginning to help fill the hole.
Okay. That makes sense.
I just thought of that. Sorry, I'd say it. I was going to
Your
forget.
logic? Live long and prosper, sir.
Your logic is sound.
Yes. This is a true Vulcan.
Yes. So this match needs to be quick for two reasons. Well, for one reason, you need to make the Hurt Syndicate as a tag team and as a whole, you have to make them look powerful. Because at some point, Tony Khan has to make a decision. Do I stick with John Moxley in this story that's going nowhere right now? I mean, it's stale. Like, the only thing stale bread is good for is two things: throwing it away, which is what Tony Khan can do, or make French toast, which Tony Khan could do too, and a delicious French toast.
I've been using French bread for my French toast all this time.
You can also use it to put in your hamburger meat, and that makes it really nice as well.
No. You throw that shit out.
No.
Stale bread for your French
Or you make delicious stuffing.
Yeah, no, because it's still
That's something. Yeah,
it soaks up more of the egg mixture, so that French toast is way more delicious.
Soaks it up.
you think that it's going to taste better.
Oh, it does. That's how I do my French toast.
Canada Dry, just try it one time.
Yeah.
That's all we ask. One time.
What I do is I don't make an egg mixture. I make a like a egg cream mixture.
So I have a neighbor next door. I can just like knock on her door. Can I get some stale bread for my French toast?
Yeah. And I put it in a pan and I let it soak overnight. Okay. Then I take it out and I heat up the oven. That's the key, the oven.
The preheating.
The oven.
Oh.
Pull them out halfway, flip them over, put them back in, take them out. Best French toast you will ever have. About a little orange zest in there.
Cinnamon?
Wow.
Cinnamon, little nutmeg.
Oh.
I really want JFB to cook for me now.
JFB, do you put like a whipped cream on top of it, or you just go classic maple syrup?
I go classic maple syrup myself, but I do make homemade homemade whipped cream for my guests. If they decide they want whipped cream, then JB provides.
I'm liking this.
I'm telling you.
And this was a little bit of knowledge is brought to you by.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, right? Kevin Nash.
Oh, yeah.
I picked this up today.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
Barbecue.
barbecue.
Rub.
Can never
Oh, I'm going to rub it all right.
I got hickory
Yeah.
barbecue sauce rub. I
Ooh.
got original barbecue sauce. I got hot and spicy barbecue sauce rub. And I got sweet heat barbecue sauce rub.
Okay.
Lord Reinrich, you ready to rub that barbecue sauce all over your meat? Is what you're saying?
Don't do the hot and spicy one on your meat.
Not on my down south meat. It goes up my up top meat.
Now how you're driving on a highway and all of a sudden you see this car 4 lanes to the left of you, just swerves and takes the on-ramp at like 85 miles an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dynamite After Dark.
Don't put it on your dick.
Don't put the sauce on your wiener.
I like this Matt B comment. Jesus Christ would tag team with Natalia Markova because she's an angel from heaven, and they fight against the devil and save the earth from Armageddon.
No, they wouldn't. God has archangels for that. That's their sole job. Jesus is a man of peace. He ain't fighting.
Yeah.
Really, Matt, he lives
I
in
mean,
revisionist
maybe
history,
if
my
they
friend.
had a tag team match in a ring, but
I feel like Matt B would try to involve Natalia Markova in his cult.
Can Jesus wear a T-shirt to the ring that says "Wrestling is real, people are fake"?
all I know is that if someone tries to use a steel chair on Jesus, I would steer clear.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, relax, guys.
Bad things happen.
I'm just saying.
Pillars of salt and whatnot.
Yep. There you go. All right, Canada Dry, your thoughts on the first match?
I like how dominant the Hurt Syndicate were.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think the Private Party got any offense in at all. Like if they did, it was very little.
Very
They did.
little.
Yeah.
I think that maybe the only reason this wasn't a squish is because of the other match being gone.
Yeah.
They probably needed to add another couple minutes to it.
Yeah.
Because of that other match being.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. Hurt Syndicate, like that's a dominant tag team to have as your tag team. Like,
Yeah.
These are very big men. Go ahead, Lord Renrich.
I don't mind them being champions. I don't like the fact that Private Party had such a short reign since they've been there since the original times and they waited their turn. I don't like that. It makes sense since Bobby Lashley has never had a tag team title, which they hammered you in the face with 27 times tonight to let you know.
Yeah.
Give away the match. Thanks a lot, Excalibur. But that's the only thing. I just don't like. I mean, I think now they're going to have a long reign because who's going to beat them, dude? Like, it's got to be like Samoa Joe and Miro or something, like, as a tag team. Like, there's going to be monsters. But I think they're going to solidify the tag team division now since this seems like the way they're going to go. I mean, I really thought Bobby Lashley was going to go world title, at least international title. And after that one battle royal, I really thought Shelton Benjamin was going to go after Garcia for the TNT title. But if they're going to move this way, then I'm very interested to see what tag teams they're going to put against them.
Yeah.
Because the ones they got right now, I don't see them doing much.
Really quickly, before even PJ, I just want to say that it just crossed my mind that it's a really good way to delay the Hurt Syndicate's future success while still having them on a top level. So, like, you're kind of having them on the back burner, but still cooking something really good.
Well, and it's an excuse to put them on TV a lot.
Yeah. And then later on, when you want them on the front burner.
Yeah, I mean, I get the business side of it. It's just like I said, it sucks for someone who's paid their dude the whole time. Like, I know that them getting the belts was a reward in itself, but still, I would have liked to seen them. I would have liked to seen this end up not the way that it went down, and like a Grand Slam maybe in 3 weeks or whatever. That gives them almost another month on their reign. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't like it.
You got to cut bait, and in terms of
I know, but I think that would have been a big match for Grand Slam.
I think it would have been too.
What do you think, Joe? Like, give us an answer to this.
Come on, Teddy Bear.
I am shocked by this result. I honestly thought we were going to get some kind of shenanigans DQ to go to maybe down the Australia show. However, I agree. For me personally, I think this is much needed because hopefully this reboots the tag team division to what it was in like 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, it sucks that Private Party lost, but now you can go and properly rebuild these guys and give them a nice chase. But that's not who I would have win the titles. You know who I'm having win the titles? The youngest men alive, the Outrunners. You just like in 6 months, you give the Hurt Syndicate a good 6 months to just dominate the tag division. And then you have the Outrunners towards the end of the year, maybe July, August, whenever. Have them win the titles and just.
Do you know how I would do it? I would have it be like a roll-up pin out of nowhere, where they were getting their asses kicked the whole match.
I don't know.
No,
Something
dude. If they don't like Hulk out and no sell, then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I think I want a legitimate, like, to build these guys up, have them beat all the top heel factions, all the top teams. I mean, and then you just, I don't want it to be a squash. I want it to be a nice competitive match. The match can come out, the ending can come out of nowhere and have them win. But I don't think.
Honestly, you know,
what AEW needs is for a dominant tag team to lose in such a fluky way because it will make the Outrunners. If they
you have them fighting from behind the whole match.
I mean, that's fine. I just don't want to. I'm not a big fan of roll-ups. Like,
not necessarily a roll-up, a small package, something.
Who takes the belts? You know who takes the belts off of Hurt Syndicate? And this can be months down the line to build them up. The newly formed Hounds of Hell, because Buddy Matthews and Brody King can be comparable to Lashley and to Shelton Benjamin. That would be a match I would love to see.
And you know who else could be compared to that is the Murder Machine. With Cage.
Yeah, I thought about the Murder Machine too, but that seems like something they do on Dynamite, not on a pay-per-view. They would have to really build up Murder Machines for that to be believable.
They need to treat them properly.
I don't disagree, but I'm just saying they got a lot of building there in order to make that believable.
But not much. Go on a couple-week run.
Yeah, I guess.
Either way, I don't want the Hurt Syndicate to lose these titles for like a good 6 months.
No, they should hold these things for at least a year, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Honestly, with
maybe Revolution 26, they lose them.
With Private Party, I hate to say this, guys, but they're more Ring of Honor tag team champions at this point.
Oh, that makes my heart sad because
I know it does, but
they waited their goddamn turns.
Yeah, you know this. When you have your main quarterback or whatever, but then you get like a superstar that your team has acquired, your quarterback is no longer needed when you got this superstar quarterback.
I mean, you say that, but we're still talking about wrestling and freak injuries happen. So you don't want to just write them off completely. You may need to pivot back to them at some point.
I don't think so. I think that they're kind of Bush League. They're indie.
Dude, no, they're too good and they're too over to be on ROH.
I don't think so.
Unless ROH gets a TV, you're not putting Private Party on a streaming service only behind ROH.com. You can't.
No, you bring them in and still keep them part of it. But what are your thoughts on Private Party, JFB?
I don't like Private Party.
Oh, brought to you by Miller Lite.
So, but do you think I'm being too harsh, though?
No. I think Private Party belongs on Ring of Honor.
They don't, though. They're too big. They're not an up and coming tag team that belong.
They are. Year one.
ROH is
year one
tag team reigns ever, and Private Party will be in the top 2 of all time.
What was that?
If you were to put down the top 50 worst title reigns of tag team of all time, Private Party would be 1 or 2.
That's pretty harsh because there's some really bad WWE ones.
That's not Private Party's fault. That's Tony Khan's fault.
But there's lots. Yeah, that's all bookings of reigns are that.
Exactly. It's not. You can't say, "Oh, let's send them away because they had a bad reign when Tony Khan."
Well, to be honest with you, if Private Party was always supposed to be a transitional champion until Hurt Syndicate could be built up to be legitimate, because they got the belts after Shelton arrived.
Yeah.
And then I understand that. I get that. But I would think that they would have made the match just a little bit more competitive then. Just a little bit. Like, they can be dominant and everything, but they're the champs for a reason. They beat the Young Bucks, who are supposed to be the tag team of the generation, who have beaten all the greats, and then all of a sudden they just get squashed and they shit the bed like that. That to me, that's not believable.
This is where Tony Khan needs to stop doing these favors, because I can guarantee you that this was not Tony Khan's choice. He did it a favor for the Young Bucks.
No, it's absolutely Tony Khan. Tony Khan is the one who does the booking. The buck stops with him.
No, yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. He needs to stop doing these favors, because the Young Bucks.
It may not have been a favor, like I said, if they're intended to be transitional champs. It's not a favor. It's just, hey, these are guys that we can have. It finishes up a story from the beginning of the Bucks. It allows them to get off TV, and then we can have them hold them for a couple of months until the champs we want to have take over. That's just regular booking. I don't have an issue with that per se. I just, like I said, I understand business wise why you do it. It just, to me, loyalty should be rewarded. That's all.
And it was.
And
Do you know how
honestly,
many, when I went to Blood and Guts, do you know how many private party T-shirts I saw? All the crowd, people walking.
4.2.
that's because Tony Khan doesn't bring private party shirts to the arena.
That's true.
I mean, they don't bring
shirts to
anybody's
the
shirts
show.
to the arena, to be honest with you.
You got Swerve, they got Osprey.
3 different Ospreys.
Yeah.
And you Swerve, and then you got the one that says your city.
Private party either.
I've been to Dynamite at.
Yeah.
Ah,
All
dang
right.
it. I missed you, brothers, last week. Thanks, Miller
we
Lite.
miss you too. We miss you too.
We'll go to the Women's Gauntlet recap match, and then we go to Tony Storm, who's in the back with Renee, and then Harley Cameron.
Brand new
slides in.
rookie, Tony Storm.
And literally, they went full Aussie. I understood not a word, and I spent 2 weeks in Australia, and I could not understand a word that they were saying. It was brilliant.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that's like that, JFB.
I got most of what they said.
Did they make up are they Nell for some reason? They're like, we want so.
I may have been able to hear the words.
Yar.
It didn't mean I understood what those words meant.
Oh, I did. I mean, they talk about Sheila's as just a bunch of gals or dames or whatever else. And, you know,
The Sheila's is the one I did get.
the good on yous and what on, good on you.
I'll be honest. This little interaction made me, before Tony Storm goes back to serious Tony Storm,
Yeah.
I want these 2 as a tag team. I think it would be hilarious.
I'm loving
Harley Graham and
Cameron.
Timeless Tony Storm,
Yeah.
tag team women's champions.
but yeah, I love.
I think it's a hot take.
Mm.
So Tony Storm does not win a Grand Slam. Mariah May does.
Okay.
This is what sets off schizophrenic, crazy as batshit crazy can get, Tony Storm. But we don't know what version of Tony Storm we're going to get. We're going to get punk rock Tony Storm. We're going to get timeless Tony Storm. We're going to get Tony Storm from WWE. We don't know. And that's what's brilliant, because that leads up to All In, when Tony Storm can win the belt against Mariah May.
And suddenly her schizophrenia is healed.
Listen, Tony Storm, she's great.
Yeah.
But my new fixation is on Harley Cameron.
I wonder why.
Not even because she's beautiful. Not even for that reason at all.
Yeah. He's talented.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't have, like she
of her
is.
tips, right? It's because
To
of her
me-
tips, like she said in the song.
Yeah. But to me, she is wife material.
Yeah.
Like she's
Oh, yeah.
beautiful. She's funny. Like
She can sing,
like,
she can rap.
Yes, like this is someone you want to hang out like
I think
I
she
just
plays
think
video games.
yes. What the hell? Like she's got a great personality.
My fear was that when Soraya
Yeah, she's
went,
a real nerd.
She's a rat. She's batshit crazy.
when
That's the
Soraya
best
went
part,
belly-
bro.
When
Yeah.
Soraya went belly up, my fear was Harley Cameron was just going to be casted aside. I'm glad that Tony Khan's like, you're unique. Like he saw something of her backstage just hanging out with the boys and girls and said, hey, I think we have something here.
And
Let's run with
she's
it.
pretty well liked backstage too. Like she doesn't have heat with anyone back there. Like she's always, I think, like her Harley now is really just her turned up like half a notch up. Like I don't think it's really far from who she is in real life.
Yeah.
To be honest, 'cause she
was-
is that
was-
almost ADHD go type of personality. I mean, and I love it. It fits so well with her. Her eyes are so expressive and they look crazy. And I'm just like, oh, I want to.
Speaking
If I
of
weren't
backstage-
married, then I would.
Yeah, like I used to that. You're like, wifey,
If I
you're
were
watching-
married, then I would think that I could gland you in my dreams.
I'll say,
Your wife doesn't watch the podcast, does she?
Absolutely not, but she could, and I would still say the same thing.
Oh,
I'll say Harley was the
I
best.
said if I weren't
only
married.
thing out of
I am,
killcity. those skits with QT Marshall where they were like
UTV.
Yeah, the QTV. She was the only good thing out of all those.
Yeah.
Well, I like seeing Tony Schiavone's son on there. That was fun for me.
Yeah.
I didn't know Tony Schiavone's son was on there. So.
Yeah, that was the guy with the brunette guy. That was Tony Schiavone's son.
Yeah.
Learn something new.
Hey, where's the more you know?
What?
Where is it?
We don't have a more you know.
Yeah, you.
Knowledge is power.
Well, tell the
All this power,
interns.
not more you know.
Well, I don't care. You tell the interns I want more you know.
Okay.
No, you get
Tell them to
our
work it out.
copyrighted version, which is
You tell them to work. You tell them their lord, Ryan Rich, told them they better work it out. Otherwise, the Miller Lights, they're going away.
Well, as long as you brought this up, I'm
I
going to
said
say what they have something they wanted me to let you know.
Oh, good.
So last week you were in the offices.
I was on assignment.
Yeah, you were in the offices, and you used the bathroom, and for whatever reason, it overflowed, and like you kept on flushing it to try and make it go down, and it was like there was a mess in there.
Bro, it was new intern week, and I had to see what they were gonna do.
That's what it was all about.
I gotta see their quick reactions. Are you gonna clean it up? Are you gonna lap it up? You gonna mop it up? I gotta see what you're gonna do with it.
But they did ask you to leave after that.
I was escorted out.
Yes.
But you know what? We went to Helen in HR. Everything's squared away. It's fixed.
Yeah.
After
That
another $1,000 fine. And it wasn't really a fine. It was more pain and suffering for the people that cleaned it up.
I mean, to be fair,
We lost 2 interns that day, by the way.
Good. They were weak.
We need to weed out the weak ones.
I don't know, like we just can't getting like they're not easy to get.
Oh, they're not. We lost another one this evening, Hangman Page.
Was that ours?
That was one of ours.
That was one of ours?
Yeah.
Man, we got to talk to HR about who they're hiring. That guy did not look good at all.
Yeah. So we get Double J, Jeff Jarrett. He's in the back with Karen. Karen gives him a smooch on the forehead, or he smooches her on the forehead. He walks out to the ring. He talks about this. He talks about that. He mentions Jerry the King Lawler. The audience somewhat recognized who the King is. He says, I want you, John Moxley. No, he gets Claudio, who answers and beats the living hell out of him. And says, if you want to get to Moxley, you got to come through me. Jeff Jarrett says, hold on. Wait 1 second. I'm going to fight you next week. Alabama. I will destroy you.
That Tennessee crowd was so mad because they thought they were getting that match tonight.
Let's talk about this crowd. They were awesome tonight.
They were great.
I love this crowd. Tennessee.
That's because Jay Brock was there.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a really cool segment.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised and happy that the march to Moxley is already starting.
Yeah.
That's cool. We're not gonna wait and hope. That's cool. I'm excited for that. I think that's gonna be a really good match, and I'm excited. We're how does MJF play into this?
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna play into it. This is gonna be
Oh,
shenanigans.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So, first of all, the segment itself, I just don't like Jeff Jarrett. But I do appreciate the contributions that he's made to the industry, and I understand what they're kind of trying to do. Ayaka. I said if I were not married. I don't know if Google Translate fucked up on you or not. That was 45 minutes, Joe.
That's okay, because
were not.
You get one.
If
Jip
I
gets one, no
were
more than anyone
not,
else.
there's no cheating going on. I'm not pursuing her as of this moment. Thank you very much.
As of this moment.
I don't know what the future holds. Okay,
As of
Never
this
say
moment.
never, Rich.
I'm just saying. I don't know. God
Well-
works in mysterious ways.
Well, I don't know. Me and Harley might work out, so maybe she'll be off.
Fine. I can be at your wedding. That's fine. I don't care. God dang it. Now you had to
We'd
get
have
me
a pretty
off
cool.
track.
We'd have some
All right,
really awesome
so,
bridesmaids. So.
Double J Jeff Jarrett. He's a sleazeball, but that's fine. So as far as this goes, okay, we get Claudio coming out, old pepperoni nipples himself.
Yep.
So this is what we get. Bleh. Sorry, Tiff. Bleh. So this is how this is gonna go down.
Wait, what are you butting?
What Tiffany said.
You don't like Double J?
What did I lead this off with?
Oh,
he said he
okay.
doesn't like Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know someone else who's on vitamins.
I guess. But this is gonna lead to one of two things happening. Miraculously, Double J is gonna beat Pepperoni Nipples, and that's gonna make me happy, even though it's dumb. Or the more likely scenario is I'm gonna watch Jeff Jarrett get his tuchus removedus. And then he's going to eventually give in to the soothsaying snake, MJF. And I can't wait to see that happen.
Okay. Joe.
Okay, so I found his Double J's promo very odd. It feels like, because I don't know if y'all, I go on different apps and I'll just to see what's going on, and everyone was really mad at Jeff Jarrett last week for the way he talked about women.
Yeah.
So this really felt like this was a mea culpa without saying I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because he made that line of saying, "Oh, you shouldn't go down into the ditch with your opponent." That definitely sounds like it's a way of saying, "My bad, I won't do it again."
Yeah.
Now, with Claudio, perfect use of him. He was called the emissary when he went to New Japan. I think this is the perfect use. He should be the guy that has to get beat by everybody to get to Moxley.
Yep.
The emissary of violence.
Yeah.
And with that said, Jeff Jarrett should absolutely lose next week.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it tells a better story if he loses and he somehow winds up coming back to MJF.
Somehow he wins. Ultimately what's going to happen is he's probably going to win the Owen, and then he's going to get his shot at whoever's the champ.
I hate it being super long and dragged out, though.
You don't. Just write him off.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. You could just have him go off with MJF, and he's not even interacting in the title scene. So it's
There
like
you
a
go.
little break from it, which is you have this, then he goes away for a bit, and then he
When he
comes.
comes back at like all in.
No, I don't want it all. No,
I almost think
I
that.
don't want that at all in. Don't put that in this universe.
I almost think, though, that Jeff Jarrett wins the world title and then loses it to Moxley the next Dynamite.
There's absolutely
I mean,
zero,
sorry,
reason,
loses it to MJF.
zero reason for Jeff Jarrett to win the world title.
Yeah.
MJF.
Or is that when Christian finally cashes in his contract?
I'm kind of over Christian and his contract thing. It's-
Well, that's a
It's been
red
7
herring
months.
that you got.
Yeah, it's got to be paid off though sometime.
Yeah.
It will be when when Sexton Hardcastle wins the championship.
Do you know what'd be funny?
Ooh.
If Christian held it and another person held it, and when they cashed in, he then cashed in on them.
Yeah. Just saying.
We got a double cash in.
Oh boy. Well, we get a Bane hype video, and then we go to our second match, which is Swerve versus AR Fox. I got just 2 lines. Ricochet be creeping. Nana be beaten.
Hold on, Jeffy. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Where they were?
You should have had this set up before you done.
I
You did
should've.
ruin the punchline.
I just muted him for Tiffany.
Who?
That was for your friend Tiffany.
Well, she's apparently not a friend that much, is she?
That's true.
That's it. Family meeting after the show.
Dad is very angry.
Are we going to go through this whole shtick? The line is fine.
No, we're not going to be repeaters.
Anyways, AR, how do you get the attention of Swerve? He's shown a pair of scissors shoved right up the Nana's neck. Swerve gets the win, runs out. Bada bing, bada boom. He goes out looking for Ricochet.
Pew, pew.
Canada Dry thoughts on the second match.
I loved it. We got Swerve. We got that guy who has the ex-porn career.
Yeah.
What was his name? AR Fox?
AR Fox.
Yeah. I was talking to Chad, and I thought I had a really good gimmick for this guy.
Yeah.
So we just lean into that character that he played in the porn movie.
Yeah.
And you have him with this hot valet named Candy. And then you get some guys like macking on Candy. And then he'll come up to them. Candy's not here.
You know what? No, his name should be Pal Penis.
Pal Penis. I don't know. I don't know what his name on the movie was. We don't know. Yeah.
Woof.
But yeah, Swerve.
That
Yeah.
was it. He's a dog.
Anyways, this match was really good. I enjoyed seeing Swerve. It's been a while since we've seen him in the ring.
Yeah.
It's been since was it since double or no? When he lost to Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
It was the last time we've seen him wrestle. So
Yeah.
it's been a hot minute.
It has been. Yep.
So good to see him again doing Swerve things, and then the holding up scissors to his neck. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. I didn't like it either.
Like it was like right to someone's neck.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that part.
Yeah. Brian Rich.
It didn't go far enough. You pansy Canadian. I'll come back to that, though. The match itself was pretty fun. Like AR Fox and Swerve, you could tell that they have a ton of experience together. They look great in the ring together. They both made each other look good. I liked how AR Fox, the first time this Swerve came off with the top rope with the diving back elbow, and AR Fox just like rolled out of the way of it. He had a couple of those that I thought were pretty cool counters, just showing that, hey, they've got a lot of experience with each other. So I enjoyed the story that they told in the ring. I wish this would have been one of the matches that actually got bumped a little longer, because I think that they could have done a lot more with how familiar they are. But then him, trying to pull him up at the end, I thought that was pretty cool. AR Fox is a great worker, so no matter what the job is, he's always going to get it done, and in a safe way too. So
but
that's
not anywhere out of the USA.
Papi chulo. And the stuff with Ricochet, like, I understand this is what he's doing, but like, really to his neck, like I would have like cut his mustache off or something. That would have been funnier to me. Like, I don't know,
What
like
if he's just laid out and covered in blood?
Or that where you don't
Just
see it.
show it be pointed at his
Yeah,
neck.
yeah. You could. I mean, that's. I don't have a problem with him holding the scissors to the throat. I just wish it would have been something that felt like more, I guess.
Well, I also feel like that's out of character for what Ricochet is supposed to be. Like, is he a
Not
serial
anymore.
killer now? Is he
Yeah,
a serial killer now? Like,
Yeah.
He feels like he's just this psychotic wacko nut job.
He's this guy who needs attention, and he's not getting it.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you say it's out of character for him to hold a knife, scissors to someone's knife when he freaking
Well, no. I just feel like
Swerve wide open with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, but it's kind of different when you're holding it to someone's neck. It just, I don't know. It just feels off for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the match. It wasn't anything mind blowing, but it was a solid match, and you could definitely see like every week, Ricochet goes a little bit more up on that sleazeball evil, like just going off that cliff. If there was a,
do the police sometimes call on the wrestlers? Is this a thing?
I mean, it's happened before where fans have called the police about an angle and the police showing up and realizing that it's.
Yeah, it happened a couple years ago in WWE, I think. Like,
yeah,
they got inundated with 911 calls.
Yeah.
This had to be Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns or something.
I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
Well, they were like crashing into vehicles, and
I just remember going like just being in disbelief that people were calling 911 over a wrestling show.
Oh, they did. They inundated WWE and the local police when they blew up Vince McMahon's limo.
Yep, that too.
That they thought he was actually dead. So,
to be fair, at least it's not like with the old days with the Four Horsemen and Dusty, where people are chasing the Four Horsemen out of arenas.
Yeah. Yep.
Or you want to talk about heat? Someone shot at Bobby the Brain Heenan with a gun.
That is true. Old lady in
Like
Chicago.
that. If you're not getting shot at with a gun, are you doing your job?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we got a Hobbs main event recap, and then we go to our New York Minute, where Big Bill essentially goes back to old Big Bill, who can't really cut a promo that great. And
he went back to old cast days is what he went back to.
Yeah, he went to the old cast days. So apparently we're going to get a match out of this. Big Bill versus, I totally forgot the name of the person he was.
Will Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs, that's right. My God, yeah.
So it's a big beefy match here coming up. Is it official, or is this just they're saying that they're good?
No, I think it's this Saturday.
Yeah, it's this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they said they'd be looking for each other, so I don't know if there'll be an actual match.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it'll be like just a parking lot brawl, because he said he'd be waiting for him in the parking lot.
They did say that.
That's true. All right. Ken and Jai, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited for this matchup with Powerhouse Hobbs and Big Bill. I think it did this little. I love how Jericho said those. He always throws those pipes in, like nestled in the Rocky Mountains. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not.
Those are the Smokies.
Yeah, he said the Smoky Mountains.
Yes. Yeah, so this, I thought it was entertaining. Jericho seems like he's kind of sticking the knife in his lackeys there a bit.
Yeah.
Poking him a bit. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to see more from Big Bill.
Yeah.
I honestly hope he beats Hobbs.
Yeah.
But I don't think he will.
Yeah. Okay. Ryan Rich.
I enjoyed the segment. And I'm excited to see the match between Powerhouse Hobbs and Big Bill. But I'm more interested in what the reaction is going to be if Big Bill doesn't win.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of the first time that Jericho is kind of called out someone for a loss specifically. So to me, that's like, okay, so what are they trying to do here? So I want to watch the match, but I almost want to see Big Bill lose just so I could see what the response is.
Yeah. Okay. Joe.
Oh, Big Bill is 100% losing this match.
Yeah.
There's no two ways around it.
Yeah.
They're trying to build up Hobbs. And honestly, like, the most intriguing thing about the learning tree is going to be the split, for me at least.
Yeah.
So And they've
I would
obviously
see,
already
I
started
could see a
laying
big face turn for Big Bill.
Yeah, I can
And
see it.
and the other two just beating the shit out of
Yeah.
him.
Because honestly, like, other than Powerhouse Hobbs, there's no face like big boys.
Yeah.
They're all like Kenny Omega and Will size.
Well, no, Samoa Joe just came back.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay, you got to forgive. I forgot that he came back.
And Hobbs.
That's why I said besides Hobbs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hobbs and Joe, you need some bigger, beefy faces. So,
Yeah.
I fully expect Big Bill to be a face here.
I don't know why, but I think Wardlow is coming back soon. I just got a feeling.
Maybe.
I haven't heard, and I've not heard one thing about him since he
I
left.
know, that's why I said a feeling. I have no sources.
Well, let's get to our next segment / match. There's a guy in the ring. If you don't recognize him, we do. His name is Kenny Albright. Unfortunately, Kenny Albright has been given a mission by Tony Khan, who once again raided our intern pool and said, your job is to die.
Rest in peace.
Deadlock and pushes him out. But MJF comes to the ring, and I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, he kicks the guy out of the ring. I hate the glasses that he's wearing.
I love him.
The same freaking promo as always. At some point, the saving grace is that Hangman Page comes to the ring, kicks MJF out, and then tells the kid to get inside the ring so I can beat the living hell out of you. And we'll get to the match next. I don't want to group them together, but Canada Dry, your thoughts on the MJF kerfuffle?
I like it. I like the MJF Moxie, that he's just going to come out whenever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
Get out of my ring. I like it. I like that he's reminding us he's not giving up on Jeff Jarrett. I'm still part of this. Don't you worry. So I like where they're going with this. I was wondering if there might be some sort of thing going on between MJF and Hangman, but maybe that was a tease. I don't know.
Yeah.
For maybe later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it.
Okay. What about you, Lord Ryan Rich?
Yeah, it was. I liked it. I think the psychology of it, if you're MJF, you don't want him to have the last word. You want to be the last voice in his head. So you have to come out and address anything that he says in order to demean anything he says, to burrow deeper under his skin and into his brain. So I think that MJF doing that was perfect. And I think that MJF knows how to pick his battles. So when Hangman came out and said, I want to beat this dude up, he goes, hey, you do you, and I'm just going to skirt out over here stage left.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty good all the way around for that.
Joe?
I just thought of something. What if next week MJF is the reason why Jeff Jarrett beats Claudio, but Jeff Jarrett doesn't know. He doesn't see it.
Ooh.
Sort of like he pops out from under the ring, hits him with a chair or something, and gets back under, and Jeff Jarrett doesn't know. But anyway, it just literally popped in my head. I wanted to say it.
The only problem with that is now MJF is going to piss off the Death Riders.
I don't think he doesn't care. He wants the title.
Yeah,
he doesn't care.
But they would have to get revenge on him, though.
Yeah, come on now. It's MJF. He's always 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. This promo from MJF didn't do it for me. Kind of, don't really care. But once again, I give it a pass because this whole show seemed kind of reworked. So maybe this wasn't the original plan. I don't know. But yeah, and I we'll save it for the match. But my condolences. I'm sorry I had him draw the short straw. My bad. I'll try harder next time.
Is that you? That's your fault.
I'll try and get someone a little more competitive next time for Hangman.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Helen gave me the said we need to draw straws, and I
have an idea for you, EVP Joe.
What's that?
Maybe we could send Elvis out to show his stuff.
Done. Right into
All
the
right. Elvis is going out.
Oof. Feel sorry for
We
the
need someone to do a squish. Come on.
Yeah. So anyways, Ken and Dry, let's talk about the third match of the night, Hangman Page versus our intern.
It was a very squishy match. That's all I got to say about that.
It was the squishiest of squishy matches.
Squishies.
Yeah. Thoughts
Are
on,
you stealing squishies?
thoughts on the end?
We're talking about the promo after or just the match?
The promo after, yeah. Let's include that as well.
I was absolutely intrigued by this. When Christopher Dean, first off, we need to retrain our new hire how to take the Angels wing because I felt like that man broke his face because he didn't know how to take it. But when that interaction between CD, like this is what I love about the Hangman character. It's always a little evolution. Like you can see, hey, I just get this feeling like Hangman doesn't even like the man that he's become.
Yeah.
But he knows he had to do it for reasons. And now he's starting to realize he's going to start going to this route because he just ended a man's career.
Sorry, I missed that part because my friend was talking to me when this was going on. And I was like,
yeah,
shut up. I'm trying to hear this time. I couldn't say it. I was on
basically, Christopher Daniels came out and said, you beat me up so bad. My doctors told me or advising me to never wrestle again. And
so he didn't take that well.
No, yeah. So and Hangman just was like, fuck. Like, it's like the humanity came back in Hangman. So.
Okay. Rich?
Yeah, that was all pretty good.
Pretty good.
Every once in a while it works when I go first because I can just sing poetically.
That's all right. It's wax poetically. Come on.
Wax poetically. My bad.
So we go to Monet in the back, talks with Renee, and then Harley.
A few belts on her, right? She's got like a few belts.
Yeah, she's got 4. She's got 4 belts. And then in slides Harley Cameron again with a guitar, starts singing a song, and she's trying to sing herself into a match, which does not work, as Monet tells her to shove it. You haven't won last year. You haven't won this year. Why in the world would I put it into myself into a match? So I know.
Why wouldn't she?
I know we're going to get
think of it as an easy dub.
Yeah, we're going to get a match with Harley Cameron. I don't know if it's going to be Monet, but we'll have a match.
I want to see Harley Cameron just keep looking for people to have matches with.
Yeah.
No, if I don't get Hologram versus Harley Graham, then it's a wasted opportunity.
Yes.
All right.
But I think this is also like just another chance where Harley's just like glowing.
Are you saying this is going to be a repeat of Sin Cara Negra versus Sin Cara Azul?
But yeah, this is just Harley glowing.
Yeah.
Like I really like the way they set up the fact that she's never won a match.
Yeah.
So now when she finally wins, it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah. And it's going to be a big match.
Yeah.
As long as it's her,
it won't be as big as when
Mercedes. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to our 4th match. We're going to get Jamie Hayter versus Julie Hart. Ooh. Here's the thing I want to say about Jamie Hayter. And I go back to multiple episodes where since her return in Canada Dry has talked about how she's just not as good as she was before she got the injury. And I thought to myself, well, what's the cause of this? Why? Because I'm seeing it now too. I'm more aware of what's going on. So for me, I think what's missing is she doesn't have a voice. She doesn't have a character. I'm not really sure who she is, what she represents. And I think that's what is resulting in us not having a good match, or at least understanding where she fits in everything, because right now she doesn't fit anywhere. So Canada Dry, fourth match.
Yeah, you kind of make an interesting point here, is that Jamie Hayter needs like something to add to her gimmick.
Yeah.
It could just be something small.
Yeah.
But it's like that exclamation mark on that gimmick. And right now, yeah, it needs a little bit of fine tuning. But I thought this was a good match. I thought both these ladies, they put on a great show. And I like the fact that they're highlighting the Hounds of Hell, or the Hellhounds. They're each time they're like, and this woman is a tough son of a bitch kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
I love that they keep doing this, because that means that they're going to do something with these three.
Yeah, absolutely. Lord Ryan Rich.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match a lot, actually. I don't think that Hayter's lost anything in the ring. She may not seem as imposing because her body has transformed.
Yeah.
And maybe that's part of it. But also, she had a defined role within a group when she was at her best, when she was with Britt Baker. So I think that she needs the right dance partner and the right story in order for her to come alive with the fans again.
Yeah. Well, we know it's not going to be Britt.
You know who it should be?
Who?
It should be Megan Bain. That should be who she feuds with.
I could see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah. So before we get to everything else, what's going to be our topic in the flower shop?
We are going to talk about our favorite sugary cereal.
All right. I like this. Ooh. Okay.
Can I give my thoughts on the match real quick before we move on? I didn't get to.
Yeah.
No.
Too late thinking about cereal.
Yeah. Come on. Chicks are for kids.
I thought the match was fine. My only complaint is I absolutely hated the fact that after the match, Jamie Hayter gets on the mic and says, "Oh, we're 1-1. Let's have a rubber match sometime." That shouldn't be her throwing out that challenge. It should have been Julia, who just lost, saying, "We're 1-1. I want my match." Something to that effect.
Okay, just for that though, like she's like, whenever you're ready. To me, that's like it's gonna be a down the line thing. So she was giving her props in the now and saying, "Hey, whenever you want to do number 3, I'm game." So I go ahead.
I just want to let you know, when she said that we're 1-1, that was my oh no moment, because I fucked up. And because I thought that the other person won the first one, and I was trying to 50-50 fuck, and I fucked up. I thought for sure Jamie Hayter won the first match.
Yeah.
So,
I will admit, sorry, Lord Ryan Rich, I had a bad night predicting, so my apologies. I'm sorry.
All right. We get a video of Hobbs, and then we go to Swerve. And we are officially getting a match in 2 weeks in the ATL against Ricochet. And then we get a cutaway to the House of Black. And in this promo, we are confirmed 2 things. Malachi Black is no longer in AEW. They will be known as the Hounds of Hell. And the likelihood is the Hellhounds will be the name of the Brody King and Buddy Matthews tag.
I don't know. It might be Cerberus.
Huh?
What was that?
It might be Cerberus.
No. Cerberus is the bulldog that Brody King has. Guaranteed.
Oh, okay.
yeah, because there was a dog in there.
Yes.
Okay.
And they make dog sounds now.
He's always made.
Yeah, no, but everyone's
well, I
gonna
mean,
do
if
it
you're
now.
the Hounds of Hell, Cerberus was a 3-headed dog that guarded Hades. So
So that was, if anyone calls this lady a dog, yep.
All right, let's go to our final match of the night. It is going to be Rated R Superstar, otherwise known as Sexton Hardcastle. He will be taking on Pac.
He should have went with that name instead.
I mean, I'm not going to ever call him by the name that he's going with currently right now.
The Rated R Superstar, Sexton Hardcastle.
That sounds a lot better than Cope.
But like the Rated R, it's like, yep.
Yeah.
Cope makes him sound like he's like some old detective on the force that's too old for this shit.
You know who we need to call for this job? I know he's retired, but he's the only one that can solve it.
Cope.
Cope.
Oh, Cope.
So we get
too old for this shit.
we get a cutaway to the back where we see FTR and the God, I never thought in 2025 this would ever roll out of my mouth, but the Rock and Roll Express are also involved with this. A shenanigans.
Well, at least they got to just lay down. They didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Good for them. Way to get paid for doing nothing but taking a nap.
Yeah. So Cope gets the win. We get shenanigans. Basically, they surround it. Who's going to come to save? It's Jay White. Jay White shows up. But then you realize that basic math tells you 4 against 2.
It's like
4
is greater than 2.
Yeah.
No.
Because 7, 8, 9. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Daisy, how you doing?
Hey, Daisy.
So, anyways, what I was saying is Jay White shows up. It doesn't go over that well. Basically, we get the beat down of a lifetime and chalk one up for the bad guys. The heels get one in their column. And that's how we leave the show. Canada Dry. Let's talk about the 5th match.
All right, before I do, I'm calling an audible on the cereal thing. It is now a cereal that no longer exists.
I don't know about that, bruh.
I don't
Get on your Google machine.
I'm not Googling cereals that don't exist anymore. If you want
I'll
food
give
that
you
don't
an
exist
example,
anymore, I'll give you that. But don't
like
make it
Pac-Man
cereal.
Who doesn't have this horrible Pac-Man cereal?
Never
Well,
heard
I
of
mean,
it.
yeah,
I don't
you
know.
could say the He-Man cereal or the Alf cereal or whatever else, but that doesn't count for me because I didn't really eat those. I was poor.
Oh, you had to eat the Cheerios.
Yeah.
Or the oat boats because you couldn't afford Cheerios.
No, we got Cheerios, just small box. We weren't allowed to have big bowls.
Were you allowed a scoop of sugar on it?
Oh, yeah. Sugar was fine.
The sugar's cheap.
Yeah. Dirt cheap. So if you want to just do forgotten food, because I got one right in my mind
All
right
right,
now.
forgotten food.
All right,
that-
right now,
I don't
got
even
it.
have anything
I'm going to
for that.
blow your mind.
Y'all are killing me. I'm doing my favorite cereal. I don't care what y'all say. Matter of fact, how about this? I'll even go with my favorite cereal that's in my house right now. How about that?
Ooh.
Okay, so
I kind of want to
you
hear
can do your
what's in
favorite
that.
cereal, or you can do forgotten foods.
I'll do both.
Yes, so will I.
Okay.
All right, and also this is still my segment. Yeah, I enjoyed this. Good match. The after part, I get it. Same old stick. I just they need something in this. Like they this has to go somewhere. We need another nugget.
Yeah.
Like you're not giving us anything of where this is leading. They need to give us something. Or just kill it.
Yeah. All right. Rich.
I will agree to a certain extent that it's getting a little old just coming out and dominating. And I'll compare it kind of back to the old WCW when NWO was around. Like they dominated all the time, but there was this well-established character of people that fought back and sometimes won, even against the odds. And you don't have that enough with this. Like, yeah, Cope gets the win, but he's just destroyed afterwards. And I will say, Sexton Hardcastle, that man has one of the best, I don't know where I'm at, slobbering all over myself faces I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Because the guy looked like he was in a seventh heaven right there. He was just like, like I wanted to see like little birdies floating around his head. Like that's what I was waiting for. The man can sell it. So I enjoyed that a lot. But I think there needs to be more of a contingency, or they need to add more members so that way it makes sense.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Okay.
But it was enjoyable.
Okay. Joe.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was fun. It just felt like two veterans who knew what they were doing out there, just putting on a good match. My favorite part of this whole thing, though, is after we cut to the back and they do the concerto to Morton, Ricky Morton, right? I believe. Yeah. I kept thinking of Kerry. That's his son. But and Mox walks out of frame and says, "Don't move." And Copeland just stands there like an idiot.
Yeah.
Just waiting to get beat up 4-on-1.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but I agree. Like, and you don't know, I'm a Mox guy, but it needs something. I don't know what that something is.
Do you know what else happened while this was going on? I had my friend over, and he's like, "Dude, did you forget to turn your soup off?" I'm like, "Fuck!" My whole soup was like burnt to the bottom of the pot.
You burnt soup?
Yeah. As I left the burner on.
Yeah.
That is something. I don't know if you get this show, but here in America, there's a show called Worst Cooks in America.
Yeah.
That's something they would do.
Well, I was only trying to reheat it to get it to be hot, and then I forgot about it.
My favorite meme is somebody pulling a pot out of the oven and it's like black with like this red hot like separation, and they're like, "I cooked lava."
That's what it felt like. I saw the bubbles coming up.
All right. I believe that means we're at the end of our show, which means we need to go into the mall and then into the flower shop, which is brought to you by Adrian Adonis. The adorable Adrian Adonis's Pro Wrestling Tees store is at prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all of your Adrian Adonis gear. Favorite segment, favorite match, number of bells, and forgotten food or favorite cereal. Sugary cereal. Get in the dry, you go first.
All right. My favorite segment is the start of the show. You can't beat that. Yeah. My favorite match is Swerve and porn star.
AR Fox?
Yeah, AR Fox. I keep on just thinking he's a porn star.
Yeah.
But great match. Special nod to Harley Cameron tonight. She was wonderful.
Yeah. And
my favorite retro cereal that no longer exists. I'm giving this to Mr. T.
All right.
Mr. Cereal was the best Captain Crunch knockoff I've ever tasted.
There you go.
And my forgotten food is Hubba Bubba soda. This stuff, I loved it. No, I was so upset when it was canceled. I would buy it every day.
So when you said Hubba Bubba, I thought you were going to say gum.
Yeah.
Soda. And when you burped, bubbles came up.
Okay.
What's your bell rating?
Giving this show a solid 4.1.
Okay. Canada Dry. Let's go to Lord Ryan Rich.
All right, my segment of the night is going to be Harley Cameron's appearances because, golly, isn't she great? Favorite match of the night is going to be the Hurt Syndicate versus Private Party, just for Bobby Lashley winning his first tag team title. My bell rating for tonight is going to be a flat 4. I thought it was a good show. Solid all the way around. It went by pretty quick. My favorite sugary cereal is the old school Golden Grams s'mores mix. And my favorite forgotten food, the Hostess Pies Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Nice.
vanilla pudding.
I, for some reason, thought you were going to pull one out. You backed away.
Oh, dude, it would not have survived this long if I had it.
Oh.
That green
All right.
goodness would have been down here already.
All right, what's your rating? Yeah, 4. Yeah.
Yep.
EVP Joe.
Yeah, my favorite segment is the Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay thing. My favorite match is the Hurt Syndicate tag match. Like, the first 40 minutes of this show is easily, for me, the best 40 minutes of wrestling I've watched in an extremely long time, barring pay-per-views, because it's not fair. That doesn't count. But, like, weekly TV, we'll say. So, I'll tell you, the cereal that I have in my house right now, it is Frosted Flakes.
How do you have this beside you?
Toast Crunch.
I bet that's good.
I also have another one that is Frosted Flakes, and it's a glazed donut flavor.
Oh,
I want to know how that got to you right beside you.
Frosted Flakes in general are delicious.
When I shut off my camera, I went out to the fridge and grabbed it.
There you go.
Okay. I was like, well, how did this come?
And
it's conveniently there. It's always beside me.
and yeah, my rating for this show is a 4. So,
All right.
Oh. Jeppy's about to bring us down to the 3s.
yeah, he is.
No, he's gonna Bob Barker you, bro.
No, he's not.
He's
He
gonna
is
4.11 your ass.
I thought
We're gonna
about
get-
doing that.
Low 3.5 with JP.
If you don't Bob Bargain you, I'm gonna be so mad.
My favorite segment was the opening segment. It was just a good way to start off the show. It was a little long, just a little bit, but we know why. They have travel issues, this winter storm that's dumping like 10 inches of snow in New Orleans. I don't even want to get into global warming or climate change, but by
It's
God.
all right. We got the right man in the presidency for the job.
I love we just all laugh. oh, Donald.
Then, favorite match, the tag match. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see Bobby Lashley just club people down. He didn't hit people down. He didn't knock people down. He clubbed them. He just clubbed them. Shelton Benjamin with his release German suplexes. Oh, it was a thing of beauty. I loved it. It was a great match. I wish it was.
I love it more for Shelton than I do for Bobby.
Was that?
I love it more for Shelton than I do for Bobby because this is his big comeback.
Yeah. I love it. It's fantastic. My favorite forgotten food. Oh man. I'm gonna have to say probably this cereal called Fruit Brute.
Oh, Fruit Brute.
Yeah.
Comes out Halloween, bro.
Yeah, only comes out on Halloween. And I
No
stock
idea
up.
what you're talking about.
Love Fruit Brute.
It's the fourth brother of Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Blueberry.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If you're
like Fruity
unfamiliar, watch a couple of Quentin Tarantino movies. You'll get really well acquainted with Fruit Brute because he loves putting it in his movies.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to send me someone will have to send me a DM of this.
Yeah. My favorite cereal of all time is the first sugar cereal I ever had. I grew up in a family where sugar cereal was, I couldn't put sugar on Cheerios. You had to eat it just plain. I get to college and I go get Frosted Flakes, and that has been the original. No different flavors, and the original OG Frosted Flakes.
So good.
Is the bomb.
I love it.
You know what's the best thing about that is drinking the sugary milk afterwards.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I'm getting extra diabetes just by talking about this.
Yeah.
Hey, my A1C was
we're
down from a
Americans.
9.2 to a 6.8.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're Americans. It's what we do.
Yeah.
Sugar and diabetes.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I love it when that they call it diabetes.
Diabetes.
No, you gotta say it. I got that sugar.
No R, just sugar.
Yeah, I got that sugar, baby.
Here's my rating.
That's what they say, that they have the sugar to be diabetes.
Yeah, that's what African American folks in the South say.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, he done had that sugar forever.
You sounded
I
just
feel
like
we're gonna get
you
canceled.
sounded just like a lady from the South.
I know. It's
My
okay.
rating is a 3.75.
Oh, dang it,
You did it, Bob Barker, me, but you also proved me wrong because I said you were gonna go below 5.
Yeah,
3.5.
So our average is 3.9625.
Yeah.
Kept us below the 4. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna, but that's pretty good.
It's a solid episode nonetheless.
It was a good show. It just needed help.
And that's okay. I mean, you're not gonna. They're not all gonna be home runs. You're gonna hit
You can't hit a
singles,
grand slam
doubles,
every episode.
foul balls.
Out there, you know,
A swinging bunt single is perfectly fine.
Tiffany Trim likes to drink the
cinnamon toast crunch milk is very, very good.
Oh, it's delicious.
It is very, very, very good.
Yeah.
Like I remember they were selling the cinnamon toast crunch as a chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Like you could just buy it, cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, they still have the single serve of it that I get in the gas stations. You can find it sometimes.
Okay, the ones to go ones, right?
Yeah, they're like, I don't know, 14 ounces or something like that.
Yeah.
Say
Like,
night,
as long as there's
lady.
like one drink and it's gone, you're like, where did it go?
Well, you want to get a hold of us, it's really easy. All the links are down below. Clickety clack. You can visit us everywhere. Join our prediction league, blah, blah, blah. Need a shirt? Go to prowrestlingtees.com/up-and-wrestling. We have a multitude of shirts, and we got a multitude of shirts getting ready to come out. On behalf of Canada Dry, Lord Ryan Rich, the EVP Joe, I am the JFB.
Sometimes in life, like things just take you down. They knock you down. It's not always easy out there, but you're going to have times where troubled waters are all around you. And you're going to have no hope. But the important thing is that you fight through it and you don't give up. You can't give up. That's the one thing you can't do. You can't give up. It means reaching out to your friends, your family, your church, your community. Just reach out to them. Reach out to us, and we'll help you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and you put one foot in front of the other, and you raise your fist in the air, and you put the devil in a sharpshooter, and you say it. Just keep fighting.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been Tony Schiavone for the All Fan Wrestling Network.